Okay, I'm going to make this video about two things. One of them is good, one of them is bad. Now, the good one, well, I'll start off a little bit. I want to do a whole video on that separate. The good one was I had a good day with finding somebody so purely by accident. Oh my goodness, it was unbelievable. But she's a nurse that explained to me those papers. Those exit papers or whatever they're called after I was in the ER, and they give all those papers and the blood test, urinalysis, and the CT. She explained them to me. Wow, imagine that. 2 months exactly to the day, and she explained them to me. It was nice. But the one I want to focus on right now, I have already made videos about that. I don't know when I'll put them up, but what happened just now. Now Adam's on the phone with his sister, and I gave him the letter that I received in the mail. There was a bill, okay? I gave it to him because, it's from his doctor. Was mine briefly, very briefly, like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And the guy sent me a bill, had his office send me a bill. One of them was for a penny, and then he did, altogether it come up to be $215, saying I owe him this. I don't owe him anything. I paid we had to pay when we got there before we saw him. Every one of them. Every time. I never should have had to see him that many times anyway. He's been Adam's doctor, as Adam says, 15 to 20 years, and he's his friend. Well, Adam's learning. He was a bit delusional, maybe, or he was just caught by so many things I can say about this guy. Oh man, and I put him on private, but yeah. Anyway, so I handed it to Adam. He was on the phone with his sister. Well, they were doing like a Skype or whatever they call it. But and I left it there, and I went to make this video because I've got to get this. It's my pressure release valve. Get this off of me because I had such a wonderful day. Finally found somebody who explained to me. It really explained to me what all this means, and it seems like I don't want to say 100% because it's not really being fooled. It's that, many of us know how they put their best faces forward at first, like this bill. Well, I don't even want to call him a doctor really, but what he doesn't know is that one of my sisters is a medical billing auditor. Okay, I'll let that sink in. I think I've said it before. Medical billing auditor. Now, of course, it would be a conflict of interest if she did it and all that, but she's been in this business for, I would say, 40 years? No, not 40. I'd say 35, somewhere around there. And I don't know how many years this has been as an auditor, though. But I'm sure she has plenty of friends. Plenty of people she knows, whether they're friends or foe. Best would be foe. I mean, no, not really. But, foe. Why am I saying foe? Anyway, but somebody, or she can find a way I can contact. And that would be if I was in contact with her. I'm not in contact with her. I mean, she turned it's unbelievable to me how harsh that field is. And a lot of people, they don't turn out so nice after they've been in it for a long time. It's so, the word I was thinking about as I was leaving was cutthroat. But no, I mean, there's so many things, I saw so much negativity in it with the people, like the people who I actually witnessed deciding how much they would charge for certain things and doing all the calculations. I said, well, what about self-pay patients? They said, well, basically, we don't care what they think. We don't care. That's our problem. And the whole negative attitude about it. That one woman, she eventually got fired because somebody sued them. Not sued them, but had an audit done on them. I mean, a big time audit. went on for years. And that woman deserved it so bad. I don't know what they found, but how much, and I don't know how much the whistleblower got paid. But yeah, when they start messing with crap, you know, and this doctor's gonna send me a bill. Well, I had to stop myself from writing on there, expect a billing auditor soon. I hope one does. I really do. This man needs to be stopped. Yeah, he really does need to be stopped. But, you know, legally, of course. That would be the only way I would do anything. But he needs to be stopped because, this person I saw today. Okay, there's going to be kids are right next to me here. But the person I saw today, I'm serious. This was a little bit odd how it all came about. She told me, you know, I talked to her about a lot of these things, and I didn't purposefully go to see her. I didn't know her. It just turned out that there she was. But told her all about it, and she said, like many of them did, no, that was his job, and she could not believe all that I told her. Like I said, most of mine are on private. I mean, I'm talking like 90 or so % of them, if not 100, really, that have anything that, yeah. But, oh my, it was hers, oh my, you know, no, they can't, no, you know, this kind of thing. But getting that bill, I'm just like, it's time that he get, I mean, really, like I said, I'm not in contact with my sister, my choice, and she's just too cutthroat was the word. But it's not about me, it's about the way she treated people. And the way she treats, I don't know if she still treats people poorly as she did back then when I went to no contact. That's been like, December was 10 years, yeah, so, yeah, 10 years, and, so I don't know if I want to contact her or not, but that's ridiculous. It's not that much money, 215 big woo. But Adam was already saying he's starting to get turned against this guy too, because I mentioned the other day, I said I've never seen a doctor that many times, and he's always trying to get me to do this and to do more tests and more tests. I said that was part of that medical cherry picking. Because he knows I don't have insurance. He was trying hard to find reasons and, you know, to say it's you. You know, I can't have you as a patient because you're not doing what I told you to do. When I told you to get, you know, spend thousands and thousands of dollars on tests, I told you to. You see? And they're not necessary. I just met him. He wouldn't even know if they're necessary. But I saw that stuff. I mean, I worked in this field. I know. I saw this stuff. I saw what he was doing. And Adam was more like, you know, being wishy-washy about it. But now, I have a feeling he's going to see that bill. Because I told him, I said, so far, Adam was saying it was $500. And I've never paid $500 to see a doctor, if I call him that. And I kind of wonder about his license, really. Where did he get it? But, I'm curious. Some of the stuff, wow. But, yeah, now he's sending me another one for 200 and something, but Adam was saying, and I told Adam, I said, you know, look how much it is, and when I said it, he thought about it, and then earlier today, or it was yesterday evening, he mentioned it. He said, I'm looking at, he said, I don't think I want to go to this guy. He actually had stopped for a while, and then he went back. And why is that like that? But, it's all fuzzy, yeah. But anyway, so then today he said, I don't think, I told him, it was last night or today, yesterday evening or today. I said, cancel my appointment when you do speak to them. So go ahead and cancel my appointment with him. See, I haven't told him I fired him yet. And But the paper I had today that I gave this woman, I made copies of those things. And that's what I was out to do. But I gave them to this woman, and on it says, I wrote comments about that doctor because it had his name on it, and I scratched through it. It's no longer my doctor, so somebody has proof that I have said that. And she's going to scan those into my file. So, yeah. So she knows, and she knows why. Because I'm afraid of this guy, to tell you the truth. You know, somebody who, in these days and ages, this day and age, he, who dares to be sexist, but then again, I've seen so much lately, far too much lately, when people, they do not fear any consequences. Whatever field they're in, they do not fear consequences to their actions. And I'm not talking just about in the medical field. It's been amazing to me. Not really, I'm a sociologist, but at the same time, yeah, having all of them back to back and back, and just no fear at all. And that's not the first one to be sexist. But anyway, so now Adam was getting quite upset because like I said, he had quit going to this guy, and he tried another guy for kind of briefly, and then he went back to this guy. And I never understood some of the things Adam had said. And it really it's really creepy with what this doctor had said about Adam's people, or sneaky. The first day I met the guy, first appointment, Adam and I had our appointments together. The first thing he did was to say Adam's people are sneaky. Because, you know, they grew up across the globe, and he was in a country right next to his, Adam's. They didn't know one another then. And I mean, I know some of his, and yeah, they're kind of sneaky. So his family. Not all of them, of course. But, so I was thinking about that, and anyway, just the nerve of the guy to say something like that, which made me not fear, but feel like something is here that is not right. I mean, I could come up with a lot of things. It's just not right the way this guy is, and as time went on and on, having to have so many visits with him, then him trying to give me a medication that was an antibiotic that had 7 pages of warnings. 7 pages, front and back, small font. Okay, 16 of them for the central nervous system, and they were pretty bad ones. Seriously, my degrees are in psychology and sociology. Psychology, yeah, I've heard these, and it says these may become permanent. And when I got it, Adam and I went and picked them up together, and I saw this. I said, "What is this doctor trying to do to me?" You know, I mean, right off the bat, it just came so honestly. What is he trying to do? You know, and it just went downhill from there. But it went downhill from the moment I met him. You know, to tell me Adam's people were sneaky, and I mean, he said a lot more. I mean, so much. And Adam was saying, we're friends, you know, like this. Adam was innocent to this guy. Seriously. And now he's starting to see. But anyway, he said that he doesn't even want to see him that. He says, I don't want to see him that often. He's getting bad. He wants to see every few months, you know. And he said he had never. And then I said, yeah, and he wanted me to run all these tests. And I do wonder, but the funny thing is, this woman that I spoke to today, she was kind of telling me about, yeah, some things that made me think, is she saying, and I had never heard that before, but it's basically the word would be kickback. Now, I've heard of kickbacks and other things when it comes to that, but not this one. And I'm like, I'd already been thinking about that, and she said it. Because I was telling her from a different perspective of mine about some of these things, and some of the things I learned when I was working in, doing these, like, filling for office managers. I mean, I had to go to classes, earn certifications, and all that, and this was over many years. And, but I wasn't ever, I did work full-time for a while, but it just wasn't my field, and not my, not my thing. I was a career student during the time. And some of it after that, too. But, wow. I'm kind of wondering what Adam's going to say. Because really, when it comes down to it, I mean, he's got to make up his mind about this guy, too. You know, really. I mean, I'm not forcing him to. I'm talking about for himself. Because, for him to have said that to me about Adam, everything that has happened so far has made Adam feel really, you know, he's older than I, have made him feel uncomfortable about all of it, because, I mean, I can get it, you know, because he's one, like what I want is a doctor that I'm with, you know, doctor that has my history, that knows my past, you know, at this age especially, and here I am being cherry-picked out of it, lemon drop. That guy was working hard. I mean, hard at it. And Adam was in the appointment with me, so he witnessed some of these things. And I have to laugh right there, because it reminded me the last time we were in an appointment, Adam was just stunned by what was happening, because I was letting that guy have it. In my nice, monotone, but very stern voice. But it's actually, I'm just calm, I'm just speaking. I'm just telling him how the cow ate the cabbage, and that he needs to learn how to listen. Seriously, the guy who tried to tell me that I could only answer in one-word sentences, yeah, no, not going to happen. You're not going to be sexist. And Adam could say all that he wanted. Oh my goodness. But Adam was just so proud of me. He really was. It was funny, because I don't need Adam's, you know, I don't need anybody's validation. And I know what I know. I am confident in myself, and should be. I was a career student, and something like this I should be, and I am. So Adam was sitting there, and I was looked over at him. I had a hard time at one point not laughing or grinning or something, because Adam was like, his eyes were so wide open. He was just, wow. But the guy deserved it. It wasn't mean and hateful. I was just flat out telling the truth, telling it like it is, like I call it as I see it. And seriously, he needed to learn how to listen. It wasn't all about him. It was patient-centered care, not physician. I didn't say this, but ego-centered. And that's what it was. It was his ego and his practice. It was all about him. Sorry, Charlie, it's not about you. When I pay money to have an appointment, it's about me, not about you. Period. And don't be calling me at home. He kept calling me at home. Seriously. Kind of to try hard to get this. Last time was trying hard to get me to say, because he said, we both have things to learn. And I just went, you know, like that, because typical. Typical. You know, we don't both have things to learn. He has things to learn. He did. But in his mind, I could pretty much bet. If I were a betting person, I'm not. But that he's thinking that he's not at all at fault. He's trying to get me to admit it, that I am. I'm not. Period. Plain simple. I'm just wondering what he's going to do next about Adam. Seriously. Because does he really think that he can pull this crap? With me having him as a witness? I mean, talk about the arrogance. Talk about what that would, how he would have to be in order to think that he is going to win over this. And then the last time I was there, he had those 2 externs in there, so they heard all about it. And he's not going to hire them. I cannot imagine him hiring them, because what these places often do. I was in it when they were doing it, is use them for however long they have to do their training and let them go. They don't pay them as it is. They're externs, not interns. Externs is what they call them. And they don't pay them, so it's just free labor to them. So, yeah. This guy is just, he's just causing himself more and more trouble, you know, with all the things he's trying to do. It's like he's, I don't know, I mean, not possessed. Obsessed. Well, possessed might be. Let's strike that. But, with trying to, you know, he was with trying to do the cherry picking thing, and I mentioned he never questioned what does that mean or anything. He knew what it meant. He knew what he was doing, you know. And I've seen some, I talked to that woman about that, and she knew. Oh, I've got so much to say about that. Some of it has nothing to do with me, but she also seemed to need somebody to bounce off some things off that she's experienced. And what she actually, what she told me made a lot of things make a lot of sense. And that I experienced at the hospital. Okay, it made a lot of sense, and she would be the one to know. That was the second one. The other one was the one that answered the phone. I told her about that one, and she was not shocked. Oh my goodness, some of this stuff, I'm just still going, wow. My head is reeling. And some of it has nothing to do with me, like I said, and that just has my head reeling too. Because, wow, I mean, the nerve. I got a whole separate video for that. But I thought I'd be able to be over this. I'm seeing a new doctor this week. I've already made the appointment last week. So I can see this, find a new doctor. And hopefully this one won't try that medical cherry picking. I'm so sick of it at my age. I'm just tired. And so I understand Adam's, wanting to keep one doctor. But I don't think he's gonna be at all happy with this part. I think he's gonna say, no, that guy does not have any, kind of, you were awful close. There's no, loyalty to him. So, 10, 15, 20 years, not 10, but 15 to 20 years. But Adam has had it with him, has had loyalty, and then being so confused, and now that had to be it, because he was saying all this time the guy's never done anything to me, but now he's seeing it. All of a sudden, this guy is, he's trying to make as many charges as, fun things for Adam even to run so many tests. And Adam started to see what some of it even started, was it before, and he started to say, yeah, I'm seeing what I don't like, and I'm not telling him that. Adam's seeing it for himself. So I wasn't telling him this is what he's doing. Adam was saying this is what this man is doing. So and he doesn't like it when somebody tries to rip people off either. So, but anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go home and see if he's still talking to his sister. His sister really, truly loves calling at 8 o'clock, right before 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. That's another story. Talk to y'all in another video. Bye.